How many enslaved Africans were brought to Brazil? Have you ever wondered about the impact of the transatlantic slave trade in Brazil? It is a significant chapter in Latin American history that shaped the nation. Brazil received the largest number of enslaved Africans brought to the Americas during this tragic period. Between the mid-16th century and the 1860s, approximately 5 to 5.5 million Africans were forcibly taken to Brazil. This staggering number accounts for nearly half of all Africans transported to the New World. Brazil alone received about 40 to 45% of the total population involved in the transatlantic slave trade, which was around 12 million people overall. The importation of enslaved Africans to Brazil began around the 1530s and continued until the 1850s, spanning over 3 centuries. The enslaved Africans came from various regions of Africa at different times. Early arrivals were mostly from West Africa. Later, large numbers came from Angola, which is in West-Central Africa, as well as from the Gold Coast, now known as modern Ghana, Nigeria, and Benin. The impact of this forced migration was profound on Brazil's demographic and cultural landscape. In regions like Bahia, a major sugarcane-producing area, enslaved Africans and their descendants made up a significant portion of the population. By the early 19th century, enslaved people comprised over 40% of Bahia's population, and in some localities, they were over 70%. Many of these Africans brought diverse cultural practices, languages, and religious traditions with them. This included a notable presence of Muslims and experienced warriors among the enslaved. The heavy reliance on enslaved African labor was central to Brazil's colonial economy, especially in agriculture and mining. The legacy of this history is deeply embedded in Brazil's culture, society, and racial dynamics. Today, Afro-Brazilian communities representing the largest population of African descent outside Africa. Brazil was the single largest destination for enslaved Africans in the Americas, with about 5 to 5.5 million people brought forcibly to its shores. This massive forced migration shaped much of Brazil's historical development and continues to influence its cultural identity.